Hey y'all, it's Octavia. I just wanted to share something with y'all. Sometimes I be needing to talk, life happens and we go through things and the challenges that we experience, we don't always handle in the best way possible. And, for that reason, we either shut down, close ourselves off, or we start sharing with people that we don't even know, like anyone, just to release that feeling that's connected to those thoughts. I'm saying all of that to say that sometimes we need someone to talk to. Sometimes we go to a therapist, and that works. I wanted that to be my experience, to go to therapy, and it worked. But I went to therapy, and I found myself engaged in a conversation that when I left the conversation, I didn't feel like I had been relieved. That's the word I've been looking for. Of the emotions as much as I needed for it to be. I'm not saying that I want the therapist to connect with me with my emotions or even with where I'm coming from, with all the things that I'm explaining. I just want to not feel so much grief anymore. I don't know if you know. If you watch my channel, you might know. But I lost my mother before COVID lockdown. And I lost my grandmother during COVID lockdown. And my spouse at the time, my husband, he lost very close family members to him as well. He lost his tia, who was like his mom. And then our marriage fell apart. So, like all the hurt, it's not even an empty feeling. It's just hurt. It's just, I want to cry all the time. And when my mom passed away, I've been suffering from PTSD for, oh my gosh, a decade, if not more. And I couldn't even cry anymore. I had cried so many tears that I couldn't cry. And people were wondering, because they looked at me and they looked at my sister, who was really grieving and hurt and sad and crying and emotional and standing at my mom's casket during the funeral. And in my heart, I wanted to be right there next to her. But my body and my mind felt some disconnect, and I knew it was due to the PTSD. So I tried to explain that to everyone close to me. I'm suffering from PTSD. I have cried 10,000 tears or more, and I cannot cry anymore. Although I'm suffering, I'm hurting. I want my mother back. I'm in rage that she's gone, and I'm mad sad. How could you take my mommy from me? Not my mommy. What has she done to anyone? My mom wanted to live to be old and gray. She wanted to have a head full of gray hair and be that great grandmommy that the kids could come and visit. And it's rare that you meet people that want that in life or for their life, but my mom wanted that. You have so many people out here who's like, take me. I pray that God takes me before I get sick and old. I don't want to be 80. I don't want to be 86. You know, I've heard all kinds of stuff. And it's not that I think it's strange. I think that that's what they feel suits them. And my grandmommy, my best friend on the planet, the person that has understood me since I was a child, that welcomed my gifts that I was born with, that completely freaked people out around me, is in heaven. And I miss her. And I miss my marriage. I miss my companion of 21 years. And what's crazy is, like, I miss everything about him. We didn't have a bad marriage. We had COVID grief. And my family going on without their sister, without their mother. I don't even know how to show up for them and be present because of PTSD. Because of now, I'm on the other extreme of the anxiety spectrum, I think it's called, of PTSD, where all I want to do is cry. I might have the words, but that lump in my throat from tears, from sadness. So I'm putting this message out there. Maybe it'll help someone else who's going through, you know, grieving the job that they wanted their whole entire life. And when they got it, it was a mess. Or they couldn't handle it, or they walked away. And grieving your twin flame that you've known since you were a teenager, that completely treats you like shit every single time. The divine and God opens up a doorway for us to meet each other in person. And I know I shouldn't say that. He didn't treat me like shit, but he didn't embrace me. He didn't see my soul like I saw his soul. But I'm going through these things because God is letting me know that, the Mother Gaia is letting me know that not everyone has the eyes to see through falseness and computer programming the way that I have them. Sometimes I miss my home planet, wherever that may be. Sometimes I miss being around people that are like me, wherever they are. However, the timelines change and switch the way that they do to cause what we call the Mandela effect, or the multiverse, or multi-dimensions. One day I'll be back there. So it's a lot of sadness at this age. It's things that I wanted to do in life. It was occupations that I wanted to have. I wanted to work. I wanted to strive towards, achieving those things. But I had so many men that have come into my life and out of my life. Because trust me, they didn't stay. And I'm not talking about people I've been intimate with. I'm talking about mother effing strangers that walk into my spiritual tribe, that feel like they have the right and the authority to make decisions for me when they don't. They don't know me. I'm talking about masculines that I worked with that felt like they knew more than me because they were older than me. Mother effer, you're 60 years old and you act like you're 5. There is a difference between you and I. People should not be allowed to make decisions for others just because they have something dangling in between their legs. Because guess what? I can go effing buy me one, and it could dangle between mine. I know. But, I mean, that's not even who I am. My point is, that doesn't mean you know more than what I know. That doesn't mean that what you decide is best for someone else. You don't know what I'm going through. You don't know where I've been. You can't handle the things that I have had to endure in this thing called life. I always think of that Prince song where he talks about life. And he basically sums it up in like a sentence, right? It's only one you in this one life, and it's the hardest thing you'll ever have to do. And I swear to God, he's been right. My friend in heaven, Prince, don't come back to this earthly realm. Even though I miss you tremendously, so much, my spiritual tribe friend, don't come back to this place. There's definitely something wrong here. I don't want to make this video too long. I just needed to vent. I thank y'all for tuning in if you do. If you like the content, like the video, please. I said changes were coming to the channel. This is one of them. Not always going to see my face. You're not always going to see tarot cards. It's things that I have to say. Because that's what God, Spirit, the Divine Buddha, Mother Gaia, the Galactic Federation, intergalactic species and beings that I know, that I have come in contact with, that I have met in spirit, wants me to do. So for me to complete, finally, the lessons that you have to learn in life, I'm going to do what they say, because don't nobody want to come back to this shit. I got the effing poop everywhere, or hold my effing poop just to fit in. Don't nobody want to come back to this shit. You don't want to accept me, don't fucking accept me. I don't need the Wizard of Oz. He needs me. Y'all better get it straight. He ain't got no gifts. Watch the darn movie again. Watch a clip on YouTube. I don't care. He needs me. He needs people like us that have gifts, that have talents, not his gadgets that he has created to cause fear. I don't accept it. You should not, the collective. And that's what I have for you today. Namaste.